let's hope we get a little bit of that. But no one knows, because Breeze was Loud's permaban. Genji didn't look fabulous, but the new comp, it's all unknown now. Loud on the attack, Genji on the defense. What the hell's going on, Dan?
Sure, and really for me, early on we need to see some sort of comfort from Loud, because obviously there were a few hit and miss rounds, a few 50-50s that didn't go their way on map 1, but coming into the question mark here on Breeze, definitely want to see them composed and in control here. They're going to drift very quickly over towards B. No real confirmations, I mean, other than deep down halls, the whereabouts of Genji, but with Munchkin and Karen posted up here, as I say that, Munchkin actually drifting out, but contact is found elsewhere.
Yeah, look how quick Les has got to this as well. He was so deep by that point. By the time they got contact, he was just by the pillar anyway. Good trade out for Munchkin, can at least keep touch somewhat on this. But again, it's not like QCK is stopping. He's really trying to take a lot of space here. Meteor and him very close by, but doesn't really make much odds. You're looking at the likes of Munchkin. You're then looking at 2Es. It's kind of, the fight on the fight, but who gets the timing on each other here? And actually, looking at this, Munchkin's got a lot of room. Finally noted by 2Es. Good timing to turn. QCK not going to spot Meteor crossing, and Loud. Very comprehensive pistol there.
They're never really in doubt. The trade comes through, and Loud able to just steamroll their way onto B site. See if we do see Genji toy with the idea of any purchases once again.
Yeah, because they went for that Stinger buy, didn't they, before?
The Stinger purchasing the Sheriffs to follow up as well. Let's clean up here from Cow and Zine. Maybe looking for, I mean, we don't say this often, but maybe looking for some early confidence boosters for Loud. It's not often they ever really have to rely on those.
But hey, it's, I think seeing the teams that have come out to this, hey, nice, there we go. Not bad at all. Did actually take damage from that too, but seeing the kind of change of the guard, right? Yes, I'd say that Loud are one of the only remaining old gods here. There's very few who've been able to stand out, and yeah, of course there's roster changes to it, but still at least having a core who's been to previous events. It's a whole different world this year in Valorant, and I think a lot of teams know it. And right now, Genji showing us a great deal. Good little work from Les there, unfazed by the pressure over towards pushing out on B. A little bit of attempt in middle. This round, somewhat of a throwaway, it feels like, as it is just kind of that Marshall 2 classics. That's it.
QCK looking to explore, though. Hey, Les actually pulling a rotation here, was not Meteor and Nakia considering digging him out, not with the rotation coming through. So Karen will be called upon here. Sadak just turns his head at the wrong moment, but 2Es from the back lines. And QCK with his deep position will punish Lakia's rotation. Meteor just going to try and get an orb. Constellation will find a third from his death. There's some early progress towards it, but really much else for Genji really to work off of. QCK does catch a glimpse. And a 49 HP though. Did take the tag with the classic. The third on the round for him.
Outlaw wins. But still, I mean, it's just like in my mind, I don't know what I make of this yet. It's still so early. I'm still waiting for it to crumble. I think map 1's left me reeling. I'm nervous about this game, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, already, like I said, if you look at this veto, obviously, Breeze's surprise, yes, but like I said, I wasn't buying into it too much, but I still would have expected Loud to come out on top on Icebox. Just seeing regionally where Genji struggled and where you'd expect a team like Loud and what we know of Loud to really excel at. I mean, Loud losing out on clutches, right? Coming down to 1v1s and then losing a map because of it.
Yeah, that doesn't feel right, but a little bit of a different look here. Loud, straight up tube. Oh. Subtlety to it. The Flash going to ring the dinner bell, and everyone's in response. Actually, Sadak the one to succeed there, taking down Meteor. That opens up the map. That causes such an issue. You put Munchkin now on his own, basically. If they can hold this, make it a problem, Texture's going to have to bail him out big here, which maybe he does. It is Texture, and Les has his eyes away from the prize, and Texture with the punish. Oh, not quite there, but the headshot was QCK living through that. And pressure elsewhere again. I'm really surprised they're drifting at these times, trying to find this, information or trying to take space. Karen's been noted, so it's no surprise he's here either. They know that he's going to be still around. That spike is still in spawn. This is what I mean. I don't know what to make of this map. 2Es going to go down, and now Sadak overwhelmed. What is happening?
I'll be honest, a really bizarre setup on both sides of the coin here. Genji he said, drifting out in a number of different positions. Meteor gives his life up early, a rifle retained, but Loud unable to really convert that into any sort of snowball throughout that round. It seemed like a very, very strange round to watch back. Some damage done, but GENG retain. I mean, as much as they need. Lackey's going to come into this with a Guardian, but it's about as even as you'd expect coming into round 4 here. That's how this started. Sadak the closest at 2 off the null command. Actually, Meteor 2 off his as well with that early orb retrieval.
And it just feels like, okay, previous round, Loud, walk tube. This time, all right, we'll do the same.
Yeah,
Texture.
GENG, yeah, very quick to try and respond to it.
They
QCK already top mid. Kawanzine in, I was going to say, in a position to support him there, but Munchkin shuts it down.
Yeah, and I was waiting to see if Tui's actually gets played in further on this. Possibly, but as it stands, this is just scrappy fights. Meteor going to grab that one, but that felt like a 50-50. 5v3 now, Sadak less than Tui's with no real foothold in this map. Losing 2 towards middle gives them very little beyond it. They're going to have to re-clear tube somewhat diligently. Walking into it late. Eyes wide shut, and now Sadak, got to be careful, there's 2 players here. Again, individual fights. You're kind of banking on Tui's finding some value here, maybe catching a rotate after Sadak's taken contact. You've got to be looking at Tui's. And yeah, well, it's lucky to go down, and now the round feels... I don't know, this is feeling like it's all in the hands of Tui's, right? Like, how much more can one man do? A great deal, apparently. Tui's can do so much for them. Munchkin now in the undesirable position of having to deal with 3, and his pressure up tube was everything.
Less down at 14 HP, but a 1v3 nonetheless. 70 for Munchkin. Doesn't even look like he's really too interested in going for this.
Oh, you look at Les's position, even if he just holds it, he'd be
He might even
valuable.
catch Les here.
Oh, I'm surprised Les went that far. I kind of thought he'd just maybe hold down by pillar. Maybe looking to remove the rifle from Munchkin. But again, these rounds feel scrappy. They don't feel as refined as I was hoping.
Definitely not. Again, obviously talking about where this lies in the map pool and the overlap of these 2 teams. No surprise really, but you'd hope really, with this being left as an option, potential to see it, that Loud will be well equipped, and at least here with a 3-1 scoreline, they're able to keep GENG in check. No nonsense from Meteor on the Yoru just yet. But yeah, I mean, Tui's just doing Tui's things here.
That was very nice. I mean, that's how you basically save a round that wasn't his favor at all. What? I think it was like Sadak who was stuck.
I mean,
towards
yeah, they didn't really
right?
have control of anything outside of where spawn barriers are, so...
Yeah. Well, hero rifle left on Munchkin, that's it. The rest are down on Sheriff's. Light armor, I think, behind it, and... Marshall. You got Meteor's ult, but you're not going to, you know, bring that out now, I feel.
Definitely not now.
No, very little chance of that, actually. Clean work from QCK. And, well, we're going to see the rifle shown off there. So Munchkin, they're going to note his positioning. Not a surprise. I mean, this has been his site the entire time. That's not going to be a, you know, head turner, really. But it's going to, if anything, maybe force Loud to commit to this a little harder.
The utility sent in towards A here, but no follow-up just yet. Loud happy to give QCK some time to explore a little deeper. Obviously, the goal here for GENG is to do a little bit of damage on the way in. Lucky posted up close with a ghost, but yeah. As if Kawanzine sends the owl drone out, going to be spotted out very quickly. Munchkin, see on the X-ray here, trying to find a flank, but Tui's posted up for it.
Oh,
no
God.
way. That timing is ridiculous.
It felt like they were pausing for this. Genuinely, and now can they get away with daylight robbery? No. Very well aware of the possibility of them pushing closer towards the entrance, and is very precise towards the site here for Loud. Again, Munchkin was really the only one coming in with a rifle for GENG this round, so he was the only one expected to do a little more, perhaps, but again, the post plant very difficult to break. Not gonna have...
Oh my God!
Get out of it, Munchkin. Come on now. You're not meant to be doing that. You're not meant to be doing that. It's not meant to even feel that close. A valiant attempt, but it's a round for Loud regardless.
That would have been one hell of an ace, though.
My brain was in the next round. That man was trying to pop off. Ridiculous.
How close is he? I mean,
Oh,
he wasn't far off. He was not far off. Yes,
Okay.
a sigh of relief for Loud to find their fourth. Loud rinse and repeat, though, Laurent.
Yeah, but look at this quick attention to middle. It's Larky who's aware. Oh, the drop of that is just perfect. Teed up for it. Caron smartly and rightly going to pressure the extremities, and he's actually going to be able to isolate the spike. That's gone down and it's in his hands, but he needs the rest of GENG to back him up, and then not. Less than QCK with effective trading, keeping them going in the right direction. It's going to be, again, Caron is your last line of defense, right? Like, he's the one holding that spike back. He knows where these remaining players are. They know where Sadak was because he was taken down earlier, and obviously QCK with the res. So now how do they approach this? I'm surprised that Munchkin's drifting this far away. And it's going to be Caron on the chopping block, right? Like, how does he handle this pressure? You got presence from both sides. Does he commit towards one side of the fight? Does he try and just live in the corner?
I mean, Caron, seemingly, I'm just looking at the minimap here, it looks like he has a decent read over, but it's Munchkin to find QCK.
Beautiful.
Sadak, 60 HP now, has to retrieve this spike. Still plenty of time to work with, though.
I was worried the Munchkin might have left Caron out to try, but that's not the case at all. Caron held that spike down, kept them safe for the round, and Munchkin catching QCK just before that impact point.
It's just some really bizarre round. Like I said, Breeze can be whoever frags harder on the day, and there's very little nuance to what we're seeing.
Oh, that's
okay,
what he caught.
That's what he caught.
Because I was like, where did he just get that angle? Beautiful. Risky play as well to go all the way around top mid to that and hope that he didn't cross ahead of it.
Yeah. But yeah, already what I've seen so far, Loud obviously trying to keep GENG on red alert that somebody's going to constantly pressure up halls, be up towards switch, and really cause some problems on A. Potentially opening up the rest of the map for them, but well, Vakia now posted up with a Guardian. Shut down QCK on that very mission.
That's a bit naughty, that is. Oh, Munchkin, though, so overwhelmed. Less with a quick shot. And Texture now feeling quite vulnerable. There's a little bit of room that he's not safe, and you can see the response potentially as well. Meteor getting a bit closer. Lakia trying to apply a little bit of pressure, trying to give him a way out of dodge here. And Karanzine was so blind, but it's too easy to punish Meteor. And middle is being won out by Loud until now. Can Texture change side? He can't. Sadak with just a pistol. Gonna put him to bed in a 1v2 now. Caron before did so well to isolate that spike, but I love this quick read from him.
Yeah.
Really smart and quick adjustment. Does he expect 2Es? He does, but 2Es. Snappy adjustment. Loud stretching the lead.
Third on the round for him with the Guardian. Loud coming in, definitely disadvantaged there. Yeah, GENG maybe feeling a little rattled after that one. See some investment thrown into it. Loud, yeah, definitely looking like they're happy to just commit to gunfights and feeling confident that in terms of just, I guess, the basic fundamentals that they're going to win out in some of these rounds. Will GENG have anything cooked up in terms of proactivity on the defense that, you know, whether it be around Meteor or anyone else in that regard?
It has been a quiet beginning between Texture, Caron, and Meteor. I got to say credit for Caron there. One of the rounds was pretty much his gathering as well. You know, the nice little catch of the cross as well. But I'd say they're a little bit quiet, not seeing those individuals finding that impact. Sure.
I mean, also for GENG, this could just be damage control in the first half. Obviously, expecting this composition to be able to deliver and excel when they are able to attack. But
sure. But there's going to be a limit.
That feels very risky, especially if it's such a question mark with Loud not showing anything here.
Well, that's the thing. You can't come in with prep for GENG, right? There's
no
tape on Loud.
If anything, Loud should be in like the upper hand because there's so much tape on GENG. They showed everything from the map pool, and yeah, we've seen a little change here. But the fact that Loud aren't really tried and tested from kickoff on Breeze themselves, you can't then just bring that in as, well, it's blank canvas, really.
Yeah, and I think GENG might have to learn on the fly, and I think this is a really good test of can they learn on the fly? Is there something they can maybe implement into this game, in this half specifically, to be able to try and get a grip on Loud here? Because Loud starting to get quite the firm upper hand in this round, feeling very uncomfortable as well for GENG, considering they are down to the Sheriffs. I think there's a Guardian there, yes, for Meteor. Is Karen actively playing this? Going to play into the smoke. Yeah, there, he's dead.
Yeah,
there it is. This is site control. They have rotations, but again, this could be a plant pretty quickly. Wall dropped, and now away we go. Texture here. Already, you can note Meteor has drifted up closer as well. This is a tough angle for QCK, actually. He could be overwhelmed here, but fortunately, he's got the boys by his side, and it's comfortable for Loud. Look at this.
No real threat whatsoever. Munchkin last year, he's got a trip in front of him.
Oh.
Nobody saw. We didn't see that. We get a kill though? No. It's going to be a flawless coming through here. Allowed to find their sixth. Feeling very comfortable in terms of the pace of Breeze so far. And GENG not really taking the fight to them in the majority of these rounds. I mean, the pink didn't even come through there. He was dead before the owl drone even revealed his position.
One enemy remaining.
They're going to need to see a switch up. Maybe in this round, yeah, exactly. Ultimate's available here.
Decent
Operator
purchase.
back in hand of Texture.
Well, he's going for it, right? If he's willing to stick on this, he's in a bit of danger. Flash will catch, but he's going to be able to retake the angle there, and they are falling off. So now look at where they're starting to commit. Look at the difference. Look at Munchkin.
Munchkin is just charging.
Full W key.
He's going to get hurt.
They haven't turned.
Well, it got pinged down on the minimap.
Yeah, okay. Oh, it's laboured, but a 1-for-1 trade. Well, I don't know what GENG are up to as well. This allows texture room. That's nice. That's the spike. That's huge.
Noted, yeah.
That's huge. Win out in middle, though. So varying wins on varying fronts. No one's finding comfort. The spike's back in hand. And now Texture trying to control A, but they've lost middle, so you can already see that Karon's gone down because there was no structure to support. Larkia playing ahead here. Nowhere to fall back to. What is going on?
Really
This feels
uncomfortable
horrible.
viewing, yeah. Allowed able to just pick GENG apart across the map. This sort of play style not suiting them here on Breeze.
No.
They've only got anything to set Meteor or Texture in motion on the defensive side here. Munchkin, like I said, was on a mission from the get-go. He was not slowing down. Desperate to look for a flank and commit to it.
But the way you said it then, desperate. It felt very desperate. It didn't feel well thought out.
Remaining.
And again, all of them trying to make these individual plays to try and maybe get something in favor, but there's no trades coming off it. There's no space going to be taken off the back of it that's favorable. They look really lost here. And maybe they don't want to hit another timeout, but they've got to do something. Look to a different site now. First time we're really seeing this B side tested. No look towards middle from Loud, so this is going to be quite all in if they continue along this path. Already mid can be taken by GENG, so hard to fall back away from, but they are. So now do they punish rotations? If you're Loud, you're looking to maybe catch one in middle. You're looking for players out of position, and Texture may be one of them. Sheriff could sing here, though. It's just not going to hold tune at this point. And they fall away towards A, and they're just being drawn around the map.
It's similar to what we saw Loud try and do on Icebox.
Yeah.
Show presence one side and very quickly try and catch rotations or even get ahead of rotations. We'll drift slowly back into a little bit of control here towards bottom mid.
Right here.
Less punishing on the other side, though. Finally finds that pick onto Meteor. Can he get spotted there? No, I thought maybe Lackey had spotted a rifle barrel, but...
Sadak, probably the easier target, the most down a little lower. The spam, it works.
Was that completely through the smoke?
I think it was. Okay, now it's getting scary because it's 20 seconds and QCK goes into bailout mode and you've got to keep going. It's 19 seconds and they've got the spike. It's Texture playing bodyguard duty, trying to keep it safe. Pressure from the left, pressure from the right. Counting going to take down Texture and his game on towards the side. Spike should go down uncontested. And what can Munchkin do now? There was a little bit of hope there. There was a heartbeat, a new lease of life, and that has been put down. Less keeps things going. Loud, fully in control here. GENG looking unprepared here.
Yeah. To be honest,
compared to map one,
there's not enough coordination here to really put either of the power players here, this composition, Texture and Meteor, in a position to really deliver. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Lakia can only really do so much on us over here to put his duelist in, you know, an opportune scenario to really find anything. But we're not even seeing GENG rely on that.
No.
To be honest, it
just feels so
it's
solo.
dry, individual, laboured fights across the map. And Lauda, I mean, I said it before, they're completely dissecting them.
Oh, they'll lap it up. Tag? Okay. Yeah, tag from Kalanzin. Texture. Going to note some of this utility potentially, so that could tee him up for some success. But they are getting close towards that B site. Munchkin's position, dependent on the judge, would have support from Caron, but starting to get a little anxious about this. Munchkin. Oh dear, oh dear, oh, it's absolutely atrocious. He's not going to be happy about that. Again, individual fight here, and numbers starting to really favour Loud. 4 standing, make it back to 5. Texture going to catch, I think, through the wall potentially.
Just off the res, yeah. Standing back on his feet for a second, but immediately shut down.
QCK, with this position, yeah, he's feeling himself. He wants to get ahead. Maybe didn't need to do that. Could have been patient. Deciding he wanted to try and make a bit of a difference. Oh, going to go in now. I don't know how much of the spike that covers. Kalanzin, though, going to feel the scrutiny here. Oh, stunning. Spotting a pixel out of the place, and that's Texture dead. Kalanzin looking for fault, not going to get it. Meteor with the trade, but it's a little late. But now a 2v2. Tap on the spike and the spray. Not going to get what they want here.
Not again.
It's still going.
Not again.
Not again. Oh, there it is. Tui's this time going to make sure it doesn't go the wrong way for them.
Last round before the
This is heartbreaking for Munchkin. The consideration from Loud. The null command comes through, removes the poison orb. Basically negates any possibility for Munchkin to find value with the judge up close and personal there. On the brink of a 10-2 half here.
poison's gone.
Yeah, this feels like this map pick is a complete and utter shock. Really, that Loud was so prepared for it. Keep in mind, this is Genji's pick.
Loud, pretty good on their permaban.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's just, it's really bizarre. Like I said, this could have been the intention of GENG to play damage control in the first half and then really try and run away with this composition in the second, but it's a tall order to work back from 2 rounds.
I don't think 2's enough. You know, I just don't think it is. And I'd prove me wrong. I'd love it.
All they get.
Thought he might fancy a go of it there. Opted against it in the end. He's maybe going to hear some of these rotations. I think he is. So he's really quite poised in the right place.
Right, he's going to get cleared here.
Ult from quite far away, so he is on his own. Lovely from Texture. That's what they needed. Get him a 3rd, and maybe there's a little bit of hope, a little bit of something. You have to see a great deal on that second half, but for now, finally seeing Loud with the disadvantage of numbers. Players in the right place as well. Spike still heading towards that A site. You can see them waiting patiently. Caron, one of them. Divide going to come in. Oh, Kalanzin, the combo with that is just rotten to handle. Texture still trying to be pivotal to the outcome because Loud are clawing this one back. He's down to a 3v3 now, and he's just out of it, and Les going to lap that up.
How are they flipping this?
I don't know, but Meteor just right up in between them now, surrounded on both fronts. Tries to take a fair fight, but there's nothing fair about that. Munchkin now just too late to the party. Tries, and actually might do a little bit of chip damage to Tui's here if he doesn't get himself out of danger. And Tui's taking a lot of damage from this. That's a little surprising as Munchkin now ready for it, gets it. He gives them the tiniest of margins. 3 rounds, Mike. I don't know if it's enough.
They'll have to have something crazy to execute here in the second half, but they said the margin is so small for error. It's a team like Loud who just look, I mean, they've come out of map one looking pissed off.
Yeah, they do.
Like they're happy to just dig their heels and commit to these engagements. Nothing really too special or much flair to Loud's gameplay.
Simplistic.
Either. Very simplistic.
But
It's what you'd
well-drilled.
expect with this composition coming out.
Yeah, very vintage, classic, good spacing, good executes, nice pull of rotations, but as I said, nothing that's going to change the world. But 3 rounds, that is a lot to pull back from. They're going to have to really pull this one forward into that second half. We'll go to the desk.
Thank you very much, Pansy and Hypok. Loud, they've not played this map the entire kickoff, and GENG, they picked it against Mimi. Do you think they walked into a trap, perhaps?
I mean, I think they walked into the aim test map And thus far, they have not passed the aim check. Loud's players have been looking so good individually. And I mean, I think they were clearly spending some time practicing this one. They are applying the default comp. They're doing the boring stuff, but the protocols looked good. Everything you expect from this Loud squad, they were showing on first.
Yeah, exactly. And on the other side, we saw a GENG that was over pushing time and time again. As
How
you're
many
saying,
times
I
did
hate
Munchkin just sprint down B main like a psychopath?
Yeah, exactly. Time and time again. And the duos are so isolated one from the other. Loud had to do minimum work to get the entire map under control. I saw no apparent impact from the Euro. I don't know about you guys, but you know, in EMEA, it's a force to be reckoned with. Here, it was nowhere to be found but on the death counts.
Yeah, lot of depths in that regard out of this Euro pick. But it seemed like when GENG was running out of ideas, they started to go for these aggressive plays, like Munchkin running down, like some of
but
these
why is it Munchkin? What I
fighting.
mean, like you have a Euro,
But the
he
thing is,
can be
that's
aggressive
Munchkin.
and then go back.
He's the ultimate feast or famine. If you're from EMEA, you know Angel. Same guy, I'm convinced.
Let's talk about Tui's real quick because it's not less on the Viper this time around.
But same Vipers for Loud, evidently good. Tui's filling into that role beautifully. This guy was so sick in the Americas kickoff, and he's continuing that here.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that his positioning, his off angles, how he's using the utility, everything is definitely looking very good for a map many people did not think we were even going to see from Loud.
Well, Night 3 is a fantastic start. Surely Panzia Hypog Loud will never lose a Night 3 lead.
Why have you done that, Sue? Huh? I see that smug little look. Don't turn around. I'm next to you.
It's an interesting throw,
Yeah,
that.
all of the desk are being obnoxious right
Yeah.
now. They're like, oh, they wouldn't come back from this, would they? Not a chance in hell, Michael.
Let's see the first few rounds, and then
All right, yeah.
and then I'll
You're willing and
I'll
ready?
either overreact or say I told you so.
Look, I'm the play-by-play caster here. Let me be the one to overreact. Excuse me? Texture just came bounding in, and he's still alive. Okay, not for long. Well, that was short-lived. And that's... Oh, God. God, what? What is going on? Munchkin's a mile away from being relevant to the outcome of this round now. Spike is so deep in enemy territory. And this round was pivotal. This was the only one that could, like, if you lose this, I'm going to be honest, the odds become near on insurmountable and Loud.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a shame. Pissed around as an indicator here. It looks like GENG have worked on a couple of maybe, you know, geeky executes around this Yoru, but I just don't think we're going to have enough rounds to see them, to be honest. Texture looks like he TPs into sight there, but unable to really string anything together with Meteor, and Loud just absolutely dismantle them.
Yeah, he knows it, dude. You see a little smile starting to come on Sadak's face. He's like, yeah, we've got him. 10, very early. Okay. I think this is the difference of having tape and not having tape to a massive extent, and completely walk into a trap. This was Loud saying, oh, did we leave our permaban open?
Oops.
Oh, I can't believe I've done that. Can't believe you've done that. And now, well, there you've got 3 rounds and Loud of 10. So, it's a long old road back, Michael.
It starts with a ghost in the hands of Meteor.
This isn't Cadian's clip. This isn't how it goes. You know, this isn't it. It's not Mirage. All right. It's not. Do you believe Meteor is the one? You think he's gonna what?
No,
What
I think
happens?
they're gonna walk into Lester's crosshair. Oh,
But they make it out alive.
it's on the first one.
Then what happens in the story?
I must wait a moment.
This is it. They followed that up. It was
Hang on,
really
no.
good. Like
I was
this.
gonna say, Texture actually almost finding on the backside here. Cow and Zine. Well, let's find one. Munchkin will fall, but the plants should come through here.
Okay.
GENG an opportunity to reset at least. Texture don't jump onto that, but does find an attack. That's down to 24 now. Unable to stabilize a little bit.
Timing for Caron as well here. Okay, Lucky. That's not bad. Here we go. Yeah, okay. Okay, see, if you'd followed up, if you'd committed to the bit, Michael, this could have been quite outstanding. Considering we are now down to a 2v3, and Lucky is still hitting with the classic. Tui's left reeling with the Bulldog. This has gone any other way than he expected. What a ridiculous round, and GENG. He can catch Lakia, that's fine. You still had to get past Caron. You still had to get past Texture, and you don't have a chance at it. Time to back away, try and keep that Bulldog in hand. What a turn of events here. GENG, they're not out of it yet.
See actually what the knock-on effect of that is. If I mean now, I don't think saved enough to really get SMGs or comfortably get anything back into this. But I mean, lucky double D's got definitely the Gen G.
Gotta be.
Hitting a little different there from range.
Oh,
Yeah. Was that a right click? I couldn't actually see the ammo counter, but it was a right click. Beautiful. Love to see those.
Okay, one Bulldog, Sheriff, a couple of classics. Oh, Texture. There we go. Okay, Genji getting fired up here. And they make it to 5. Tui's was the danger man, and he has done damage, but takes a fair bit himself. So, yeah, Texture's just been let off the leash, hasn't he, really? So go frag. Go get some kills. Get the game going.
Now, we did see that on Icebox as well. The first round that Gen G actually won. We saw what Loud call a timeout at 4-2 to their advantage to try and slow down the momentum of stringing together a couple of pacey hits. Well, Gen G going to try and repeat that here on Breeze. They definitely need to. A 6-round deficit soon to maybe be 5.
Last player standing.
Texture's had a round.
Yeah.
Go on, find us. All right, that's how you get warmed up.
Those are the momentum builders. Gen G up to 5 now. Now we'll be back on a purchase here, but there won't be anything left in the bank after that. No ultimates at their disposal. Gen G on the brink of a blade storm. Texture already taking control of this second half, and QCK unfortunately just face plants into the bricks. Able to get away from that, but for the purchase here, you do favour Gen G.
Okay, when do we? It's early. I'm asking. Wow.
Spirit's still high.
Yeah. They're up to the good. That'd be all right. Maybe. It's not scary yet. Loud still have a 5-round buffer.
Hang on a second!
Is just ripping them apart, and as our Gen G, this guy has been truly let off the leash. Straight in there, no messing about, ferocious on approach, and the site's theirs.
Absolutely sweeps a site.
And if you're QCK, you're saving, right?
Oh, definitely,
that
yeah.
operator's not going to be risked. For less, what do? You got 350 credits? Cool.
I mean, maybe do a little bit of damage. You got Munchkin and Texture down, but Meteor's found QCK.
How's he done that? Was he actually peeking out from like?
And now the
back
problem is
B-side?
Les has to try and hold on to the rifle, or I mean, Gen G may be expecting him to go towards the operator. But a beautiful continuation of this pace by Gen G. You can see Loud just get absolutely sucker punched, to be honest. Completely caught off guard.
And it was almost so disrespectful how confident he was at getting in there. Like, 1, I was like, oh, fair play.
Well,
2?
Again, seeing, I believe Sadak flashed up behind yellow there.
Yeah.
Was that off Meteor, or is that maybe a high flash from himself? And, you know, Gen G get ahead of that utility?
Hoping we can see it again here, if possible.
There was obviously a stun set up here for Texture. Oh, it was just the stun, actually.
Yeah, it was the stun that caught.
But the snake bite landed, made it very easy. I think Sadak trying to relay now what maybe the game plan is for Gen G, whether or not they have a read on it, or actually how versatile Gen G can be with Meteor on the Yoru here. We talked about maybe being the approach of damage control in the first half. This is where Gen G can run away with it. They become the question mark here, not Loud.
Exactly that. And a second attempt for Munchkin there. Gonna note Kaunzine spotted him on the first attempt, and a pace change completely here. Gen G shifting gear, a lot slower, a lot more curious across the map. Maybe looking for those adjustments, looking for those changes. Because they've been somewhat in their face, almost brash about it, and it works really well, but looking to identify the adjustments from Loud. Maybe tube the next port call of at least a few of these players. 3-2 split, it looks like, and there's the ult.
Actually, 3 players up tube here from Gen G.
Are they trying to catch them? Are they almost hurting them back here as well to an extent, right? Like, Loud is sitting deep on this. They don't want to get caught, so the site will now go to Gen G, right? Like, that's just a straight exchange. So now the problem is QCK, belting shot towards Texture, who has been an animal in the last couple of rounds. Can anyone else from GENG step up? You still have a likes of Caron here, who has been known for those clutching capabilities, but pressured out of position and nowhere really to go. Loud starting to flex a little on the retake as Meteor now left on his own towards Yellow here, towards the back of sight. Gonna note the footsteps, spot the player, and the wide swing, it works to an extent. Tease up Cowanzine.
Lakia does have the Hunter's Fury here, but certainly in terms of the clock, it doesn't feel comfortable. Cowanzine actually gonna send one out of his own. He's gonna find Munchkin. Lakia now, you can see him shaking his head. Doesn't feel comfortable about committing to it. Will have to concede an 11th round to Loud, who just peel away from this so quickly. GENG almost left, wondering what to do with a free site.
And I kind of like what Loud were up to, right? This is lovely, but it's more how they almost held back utility for this sort of play, right? Completely clearing their way back through perfectly, understanding that they can't hold it frontline, so play it on the retake.
Well, look at the comparison coming out of the previous. Sadak's like, I mean, we just got overwhelmed. There's nothing we can do from behind Yellow there. This is the other side of the coin. Loud, once again, happy to concede space. We saw the same thing on Icebox as well. A good read on what GENG wanted to do. And now with a much more comfortable scoreline, they have a few more rounds to figure it out, should they need to. GENG definitely slowed things down from the first few rounds. Bladestorm, Hunter's Fury to work with. Comfortable in the purchase other than Texture, but...
Okay. They've been trying to be quiet about this, patient about it. Beautiful control and a beautiful follow-up. Can't quite make it a third, but the damage is done. Early information, everything they would have wanted. So the three remaining, Lakia, Munchkin, Meteor, don't really have a big foothold anywhere on the map here, Mike.
Yeah, a little awkward on the spacing. GENG punished for it. They'll find themselves in a 3v4. I mean, Loud elsewhere. It's only really going to be Cowanzine that's going to get any audio cues here, but the rest of the utility from Less in position to really spell out what this post plant will look like. GENG commit to the spike now. I mean, 30 seconds left. Cowanzine already in the back lines.
Oh, this could be criminal. This could be criminal. So little safety. And
oh, no.
Munchkin, that's a heartbreaking moment there. Cowanzine closing in. He's going to say bye-bye, Lakia. And now Meteor having to find something, no value to be had as Munchkin now. After what was a moment possibility that slipped through his fingertips there. He's going to be kicking himself on that one.
It's a round-winning moment there for Munchkin. Just too many targets to shoot at. A little bit of a fumble, but this will be Loud on 12 now. I said GENG were comfortable in the purchase, but now no room for error. Has to be flawless from here on out for GENG. Otherwise, we will be going to Ascent.
God. And I was almost hoping we saw the moment from Munchkin. As rough as that was the swing moment. Yeah, you can see it. There it is.
Yeah.
It's so difficult. What was it, 3 players up there? What a difference that could have made. And it would have been a small lifeline, bearing in mind that GENG were working uphill, to say the least. This has been an incredibly hard game to come back from. That first half was not good. They're probably not very happy with it. Second half started off with a bang eventually, but then somewhat slowing down. Losing a little bit of that spark to it. You see Kate looking to take heads. His Texture creeps closer up middle, but he's alone. This is a solo somewhat endeavor. Yes, with a little bit of utility help from Caron, but that's about it.
See how quickly Sadak's over here to try and support Cowanzine. QCK, so holding on to the backside of Nest as well. We're almost there with Lakia jump spotting us, trying to put Texture in a position to punish that operator. Loud, pretty well equipped for it.
Knife probably caught 3 there, or 2 at the very least, I think. And now the pressure's starting to come towards the site. 3 through middle, 2 through main. Flash there, Sadak goes in, gets handled though. 1-for-1 trade out, Texture still alive. Gonna let Meteor work his way in here. It's gonna be Less holding from CT, 1 on site. Still some problems to try and clear, and Less making himself the problem. Good trade for Meteor, but he needs a bit more. Plant gonna come down, and they still haven't fully cleared site yet.
Cowanzine's still here.
And that's...
What?
Okay, Lark, yeah, fair enough. That's the kill you're going to get. No worries. Didn't expect that one. But QCK's position might be unraveled. Munchkin this time should be good for it.
Munchkin will have heard that drop. Was baiting up here with the wall. A crucial kill for him, and it's a freebie. QCK falls. 2E's now left to try and recover.
Nice.
Back here to seal the deal. 7th on the board now.
Revealing area.
You need another couple to break the money. Loud able to still purchase comfortably, and actually with the pick coming online here, an opportunity for Loud to maybe counterbalance that a little bit, leave 2E's in a position to anchor here, because GENG have slowed things down. There's an opportunity for Loud to maybe exploit that. Go exploit, they do have rounds to play with. Well, they're happy for, I mean, GENG to continue making, in their eyes, mistakes, I guess.
Are they going back to what we saw before? Or no, definitely not the same pace to what we saw, but looking to maybe deal with QCK. Yeah, they've been noting that jump spot that you've mentioned, just that round prior, but that has been a constant. This time punished by texture with the operators, not able to kind of do that same presence in middle. But look at this on the other side of the map over by elbow. Counting going to spot one that could actually cause a little bit of confusion almost for Loud. Do they continue to commit to being close? They're going to be both spotted. Surely they've got to make a run for it. 2E's got to get out of danger. Texture trying to close the gap a little. Counting does find Munchkin, so the backline worry should be gone. Ult going to come in and Meteor plays ahead. Big pick towards 2E's. But again, they didn't expect Sadak so close by. That flash, does it bank in? I think it might do. But the plant is in, and they are going to sit deep on this.
See already now, tricky position for Loud to try and recover from. Actually, get the tag onto Karen here, so some of that utility outplay for the time being. A miss from Texture, 39 HP.
The timing isn't going to be great now. They've got to get back to having that presence on the spike, and Sadak with a great read, but Lucky with greater positioning. Going to catch Kaunzine. Another tap on the spike, and now it's going to get so difficult for Sadak. One in front, one to the side, and no time to play with. It's 8 for GENG. Step by step, they are not out of this game just yet.
Bring it through, and I mean, a couple of members of Loud yet still above 2K, but now starting to struggle just a little bit. That's expected to see the timeout at this point. The last few rounds, we've been saying they've had rounds to play with. The investment comes here. There's a chance for GENG to really turn up the heat here.
Yeah, this is when it gets fun, isn't it?
Yep.
Because you might get... I want to add into this as well. We've got 2 ults already on deck. We've got Meteors and Munchkins. Then you have Lakia not too far away too for his. So these are big ults, round-changing ults that can completely turn it. So they're going to have that as, a fallback plan if they need it. But if they keep going like this, they've got some nice little reads. Again, just that almost assassination of QCK holding Tube, completely isolating the rest of the players.
Which is exactly the sort of thing you want to see there. But if they are going to slow things down, you want to see them have tangibles to action upon. Find somebody to be able to isolate. So that's a huge positive. The problem being is there enough? Like I said, with absolutely no margin for error, is there enough for GENG to really fall back on? I mean, now you've removed the operator. Maybe there's not as much of I guess, a requirement to find out players like QCK, dig them out of spots. See what the adjustment is for Loud coming out of this.
Okay, so they've got
tempered purchase. They're trying to keep, play their cards very close to their chest.
So your danger players, Les, Sadak, and 2E's. 2E's no armor, keep in mind, so Les and Sadak are your heavy hitters. Actually, switch up?
Yeah, I was going to say, Les's utility now. Flash sets QCK in motion, but does spot Karen. Ballsy on the repeat there. Lucky not to get punished. But GENG almost anticipating a little bit of aggression to come out here.
Oh, the timing on this. Texture, did you miss him? You
absolutely did.
So now Kaunzine's been let off.
What? He's rechecking it.
Oh, the guy's just Texture.
And it's at the perfect time. He was about to shoot Karen in the back there.
That feels almost...
But he did. Karen's down to 5 HP.
I don't know how he felt that time. Maybe hearing a step, but it felt like he was already on that trajectory. So now QCK fancies another bite of the cherry, but he's going to miss the window. They're already heading away from here, but they're hurting them. 3 players going to be waiting on that B site. Sadak only has a classic, though, again, but the rest have rifles.
A little bit of a misread here from GENG Loud. be able to position themselves to maybe be in a position to punish this.
Can they still be so diligent about it? It gets so dangerous, right? The slow, oh my word, too. He's going to isolate Meteor. That's great. Held at the door, 30 seconds now. They're starting to run low on time, and there's no fallback plan because look at the flank. He pulled the trigger on the first, which I'm surprised by, but it's an issue. They have to clear him
20
somehow.
seconds.
They just have to run. You can't stop. There is no stopping now. And QCK, a little short on the day there, just to, needs to, there we go. Does get it through. Spike gonna go down. Nothing should be able to stop that here. Karon's just gonna try and play out his life, buy some time for this. Oh,
it's all coming apart.
Falls, and now there's problems. Now it's down to 2. Texture.
Oh my God!
Double, a chance, a glimmer of hope. Can he hold on to it? Can he do it for his side? Keep them in this game. Oh, a snap, but it goes astray. Tui's the one to break him in this game. And the one to take Loud further in this matchup.
There's a world there.
There's a world.
Where Tex is able to compose himself after that collapse, regain his footing. But Loud able to close things out, 13-8. Just that first half, too dominant in my eyes. GENG maybe feeling a little, I guess, apprehensive to really commit to some of the, I guess, mystery around this composition. Unable to get it really going in the second half, and a shame really, but wow, I mean, the question mark of Breeze all settled now.
But now we head towards Ascent, and I cannot wait for that one.